Hello everybody, and Thomas here. Welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday morning, the 14th of January, and time once again for the mailbag. Hope you guys have had a great week and a great weekend. I've had a pretty good one. Quick announcement, because we have a rather modest haul this week. Hugo nominations are now open for Dublin 2019. You can now get your nominations in. You don't have to be an attending member, just a supporting member. And so naturally, this is the part where I, of course, announce my Hugo eligibility in the Fancast category for SFF180. Now, it would be exciting, I think, to have SFF booktubers represented in that category, starting maybe even this year. I mean, let's sort of, let the podcast community know that there is this other community out there that is really growing. So that is there for your consideration, as they say in the Oscars. I will put the link down below for purchasing a supporting membership so that you can start nominating, as it were, in all the different categories. But other than that, yeah, things have been going pretty good. I have a decent little stack of mail here, not a big one, but looks like there's some good stuff in it. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, this first one looks like it comes from Saga Press and feels like there are a couple of items in it. So let's see what we have. Yes, there were, and the first of these is Gregory Benford's Rewrite in hardcover from Saga Press. Comes out on January the 15th, pushed back from its original November date, I believe. This is a follow-up, maybe not quite a sequel, but a follow-up to a book that he published way back in like 1980. Called Timescape, which was a very acclaimed book at the time. And so this is set in that same future, involving, timey-wimey stuff, as it were. And the idea here is, let me see, do I have... Nope, we are self-sheet free, so I will just read this. It's 2002, and Charlie, in his late 40s, is a bit of a sad sack professor of history, going through an unpleasant divorce. While flipping the cassette of an audiobook, he gets into a car accident with a truck and wakes up fully aware in his adult mind in his 16-year-old body in 1968. Okay. Charlie does the thing we all imagined. He takes what he remembers of the future and uses it for himself in his present, the past. He becomes a screenwriter, anticipating the careers of Francis Ford Coppola and Steven Spielberg. And then, in a 1980s A Life of Excess, he dies and wakes up again in his bedroom at 16 in 1968. Charlie realizes something he didn't see the first time, that there are others like him, like Albert Einstein, Philip K. Dick, Robert Heinlein. In fact, there's a society of folks who loop through time to change the world for their agenda. Now, Charlie knows he has to do something other than be self-indulgent, and he tries to change one of the events of 1968 in this clever thriller. Okay, so that sounds like a really good idea. And so Rewrite, available from Saga Press, Gregory Benford, on the 15th, tomorrow. And this next one is an arc for a book called The Dazzle of Day, and it is by Molly Gloss. And if you have been following Mailbag Monday recently, you will know that Saga Press has been on this push of reissuing the works of Molly Gloss, who is an Oregon writer of, kind of slipstreamy sort of fantasy. And this is a book, I believe, from 1997. I will double check that. Yeah, that's what it says. 1997. And this edition of it comes out on March the 12th. And anyway, what it is about is, I'm going to have to hold it like this, leaving a dilapidated Earth behind. Okay, so this one is SF. Quakers across the globe pool funds and resources as they select colonists to build a starship and find a planet to start anew. So it's Quakers in space. Okay, interesting. And that's really kind of all it says. Ursula Le Guin has said that it is a miraculous fusion of meticulous hard science fiction with unsparing realism and keen psychology. Interesting. A vast, oblique, beautiful vision of the human figure. All right, The Dazzle of Day by Molly Gloss. Sounds very interesting. Comes out, reissued, by Saga Press on March the 12th. Let me know in the comments. And next up, this one's just kind of a gimme, I suppose, but Del Rey Books has very kindly sent along the finished copy in hardcover of The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. This wraps up the Winter Night trilogy. As you know, I have reviewed this, thought very highly of it. It is an excellent finale to this trilogy, and you're very much worthy. Good work. And so this is now out in hardcover from Del Rey Books, and of course you will find the link to my review. at the end screen of this video. Okay, and next we have what look to be a couple of tour titles, I'm guessing, since it is the traditional white envelope. Okay, well, I guess I was wrong about this one at least. This one is from St. Martin's Press, which is also Macmillan, and it appears to be a near-future thriller. All right, The Coming Storm by Mark Alpert. This arrived on the 8th of January, so last week. And let's see, it says, New York City in 2023, rising seas and superstorms have ravaged the land. Food and electricity are scarce. A dangerous Washington regime has terrorized the city, forcing the most vulnerable and defenseless people into the flood-ravaged neighborhoods. The new laws are enforced by an army of genetically enhanced soldiers designed to be the fiercest and cruelest of killers. Genetic scientist Dr. Jenna Khan knows too much about how these super soldiers were engineered by altering the DNA sequence in ways that could change the fabric of humanity. I'm guessing that's the point if you're trying to make them super soldiers. Escaping arrest and on the run, Jenna joins forces with a genetically enhanced soldier gone rogue. And a Brooklyn gang kingpin to resist the government's plan to manipulate the DNA of all Americans. Okay. The race is on to stop the evil experiment before it spreads the genetic changes and transforms the human species forever. All right, so you get the whole idea. This would appear to be a sci-fi movie on paper, sci-fi channel movie on paper, as it were. Could be goofy fun if you're in the mood for that, even though it sounds like it's really kind of on the nose, right? I mean, we're definitely not talking Tropic of Kansas here, right? So, but The Coming Storm. Now available from St. Martin's Press. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, that was cute. But this one here is from Tor Books, and it is Through Fiery Trials by David Weber. And this is the 10th volume of his, I think it's called his Safehold series? Safehold series. Pardon me. Got to get this stuff right, Thomas. This is a long-running space opera saga. All the books in it are massive. They all have these hilariously pompous titles. Through Fiery Trials is among the less pompous of the titles that these books have had. I guess they just let him go with it. Just part of the whole style of the thing, I guess. But from what I understand, I've not read these mainly because I just look at their size and go, you know, I have a thing where big books I'm a little reluctant to dig into. You know, obviously it has a solid fan base, and from what I gather, looking at synopses of earlier books, this involves some kind of religious or theocratic, possibly society in the far future, and the conflicts that they have. So if you are a big fan, you'll be happy to know that Through Fiery Trials, Safehold number 10, is now available in hardback from Tor. And this final package is from Random Penguin, and it's got me a little excited because, see that art? I recognize that art, so yeah, let's open this. And it is here at last, everybody. Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. This has been anticipated for quite a long time, over a year for me. And yeah, here it is. Black Leopard, Red Wolf, it says, okay, comes out February the 5th. A novel unlike anything that's come before it, a saga of breathtaking adventure and an involving read that explores the fundamentals of truth, the limits of power, and our need to understand them both. Told in his, quote, deliriously lyrical prose and full of an unusual cast of characters, including a shape-shifting man-animal, a monstrous eater of human flesh, witches, roof-walkers, murderous hyenas, hyena avengers, trolls, mermaids, and conjoined twins, James has created a world so terrifyingly and tantalizingly alive you won't ever want to leave it. Okay, so anyway, speaking towards, okay, it talks a little bit about his inspiration for this, but it says, Black Leopard, Red Wolf transcends categorization. It is both a literary novel and a page-turning fantasy, both mesmerizing and shocking, entertaining and substantive, of the moment and iconic. It's being very, very hazy on the precise aspects of the plot, so I will shift over to the jacket flap. Tracker is known far and wide for his skills as a hunter. He has a nose, people say. Hired to find a mysterious boy who has disappeared, Tracker breaks his own rule of always working alone when he finds himself part of a group assembled to search for the boy. The band is a hodgepodge full of unusual characters with secrets of their own, including a shape-shifting man-animal known as the Leopard. As Tracker follows the boy's scent, he and the band are set upon by creatures intent on destroying them. As he fights for survival, Tracker starts to wonder who really is this boy. Why has he been missing for so long? Why do so many people want to keep the boy from being found? And perhaps most important of all, who is telling the truth and who is lying? Drawing from African history and mythology and his own rich imagination, Marlon James has written a saga of breathtaking adventure that's also an ambitious, involving read. Defying categorization and full of unforgettable characters, Black Leopard Red Wolf is both surprising and profound as it explores the fundamentals of truth and, like it says, limits of power, excesses of ambition, and our need to understand them all. And it is coming out February the 5th from Random House. I am scheduling my review to run February the 1st. I am planning, basically February, as you know, is every year it is Black History Month. And I'm planning to essentially that month exclusively review works from Black authors. And I'm going to lead with this one. So this will be my review that I post on the 1st of February. So look out for that. And that is it. That's what I've got for this second mailbag of 2019. You guys know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize for review. I mean, obviously I'm prioritizing one of them already, but go ahead and do it anyway. Otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, please hit that like button, share the video far and wide with all of your SFF reading friends, and above all, please subscribe. If you haven't done so, that is how the channel grows. Just this weekend, we passed the 5,900 threshold, so let's see how fast we can get to 6,000, shall we? I mean, that would be sick if we hit it really, really soon, so all right. Otherwise, you can support the channel at my TeePublic store and at my Patreon, where recruits into Wink's Army get little perks like getting to see some of these videos a bit early. Got 2 new Patreons just this week. I want to welcome those 2 guys. Thank you very much for all of your added support. I want to thank you folks for being the very best viewers in all of BookTube. And until I see you all next time, happy reading.